Good morning everyone. Today again we are here with our first chapter, that is chemical reactions and equations. Till now we have done what do you mean by the definition of chemical reactions, then balancing of the chemical reactions, and then how we can make the chemical reactions more informative. These topics we have already done. Next topic was going on, that is the observation or observable features. So before going to start it again, I am just telling the definition of the chemical reaction again. Chemical reactions are those reactions in which one or more than one reactant combines together to form the products. Product can also be one or more than one. So this is the definition of the chemical reactions. Now we were doing the topic in our previous lecture. We were doing the topic of characteristics of the chemical reactions or observation or observable features. So till now we have done two reactions. First one is when we are adding dilute hydrochloric acid on the zinc granules, then what will happen? Zinc granules, so it is in solid form. Dilute HCl means it is in aqueous form. Then zinc chloride along with the hydrogen and heat will produce. So what are the observation here? Observation is not that zinc chloride along with the hydrogen gas and heat will produce. Observation was that the test tube in which we are performing the chemical reaction becomes heat up, becomes hot. So that means this reaction is exothermic in nature. First observation. Second observation is brisk efflorescence of the gas takes place. I told you regarding the meaning of the brisk efflorescence in our last lecture. So brisk efflorescence of the gas will take place. So yes, this was the observation. One more observation we can write. Here the state is solid or aqueous. Here are the states of aqueous, gas and heat. So yes, gaseous state also arises now. So we can write that change in state also takes place. So yes, next one is change in state or efflorescence of a gas. These three are the observation features, observable features. So yes, how then we have done how we can detect the presence of this hydrogen gas. How we can detect? If we are bringing the burning matchstick near the test tube in which hydrogen gas is evolved, then which kind of sound will produce? It will pop sound. I told you regarding that also in our previous lecture. These two equations are very important, as I told you in our previous lecture too, and that's why I am repeating these two reactions in detail again. Now next reaction we have done in our previous lecture is what will happen if we mix potassium iodide solution in lead nitrate solution, then what will happen? Then yellow precipitate will form along with the some aqueous mixture. So yes, when we write the equation, then we comes to know the yellow PPT of the lead iodide will form along with the aqueous solution of potassium nitrate. So what are the observation here? Observation is, first one is yellow precipitate will form, and second one is aqueous to solid. So change in state also takes place. These two equations we have already done in our previous topic. So now move on to our today's lecture, that is the third equation regarding the same. Yes. I think so all of you have learned the equations while writing. So keep the process going on. Now our next reaction is this reaction, and again this reaction is very important. So we can write the chemical equation in this form also. Generally in the lab manual or our practical files, we have to write the experiments like this only. So I have written one demo like structure here. So yes, what is the experiment? We will burn magnesium ribbon. Ribbon means long ribbon like structure is present, which is made up of the magnesium. So when we burn the magnesium ribbon in air, air means we are burning anything in presence of oxygen. Many times you will come across the term, that is when we are burning anything in air. Air means automatically you are burning anything in oxygen. Okay. So yes, when we are burning this magnesium ribbon in air, then what will happen? So we will try to write down the chemical equation. Magnesium ribbon. So obviously it will be in solid form. and we are burning in presence of oxygen. Oxygen is gas and we are burning means we are providing heat. Heat can be also represented with the one triangle. So this triangle means we are supplying heat in any of the equation. So yes, now what will happen? I know the chemical equation, so I am writing here. You will come to know after this experiment. Then magnesium oxide, a white colored powder will be formed. Powder, that means it is solid in nature. So we will first balance the chemical equation. Now it is balanced. So yes, I will show you this experiment just after this equation. So what will happen? What will you observe? You will observe the white powder will form. So what is the observation here? White powder will form. So what you can conclude from that? After writing the equation, you comes to know that if MgO will form, this is magnesium oxide will form. So you can write here magnesium oxide will form. This is the result, or we can say the product formed in this particular reaction. Or what conclusion we can conclude by this reaction? Here we are supplying heat. We are supplying heat. That means this reaction is which kind of reaction? It is endothermic reaction. Two types of reactions are there, endothermic and exothermic reaction. Endothermic, in which we are supplying the heat, exothermic, in which heat is released. The before shown case, which is the zinc or HCl, it was an example of exothermic reaction, and this case is an example of endothermic reaction. I think so all of you clear with this equation. So like this we can write. Okay, experiment what we are going to do in the beginning, observation what we observed during the reaction, and result what we conclude after performing the reaction. Okay, so now move on to our next observable feature. So here we can see that change in state takes place and white color powder will formed. Okay. So now I will show you, I will given you one example regarding the change in color. Actually this example is not present in your NCERT notebook, but still you have to just, you should know about the changes. Okay. So yes, what will happen if we are adding lime juice in potassium permanganate solution? Lime juice in potassium permanganate solution. So yes, lime juice we all know it very well, and potassium permanganate KMnO4, it is present in our laboratory. Potassium permanganate, it is purple pink in color. I will show you when we will go in our laboratory. Then it is purple pink in color. So yes, what will happen if we will add lime juice to potassium permanganate solution, then the color change takes place and the purple pink color will now become colorless. It become colorless. So this is an example of change in color, how the change in color can take place. Okay.
Students, here we are having magnesium ribbon which we had already cleaned. Before burning magnesium ribbon, we have to clean it with the sandpaper to remove all the protective layers which are present on the surface of magnesium ribbon. When we are burning it, you can see that it burns with a dazzling white flame along with the production of white color powder. So these are the two observations which you will observe in this experiment. One is the white flame and second is the white color powder.
So our last equation is when we are passing ammonia gas to HCl gas. Yes, ammonia is NH3. This is the new term which come in your dictionary now. So yes, you have to learn ammonia is NH3. So when we are passing ammonia gas to HCl gas, HCl here I am using gas in the form of the gas. When we dissolve this gas in water, then it becomes aqueous in nature, but now it is present here in the form of gas. So yes, when we are passing ammonia gas to this HCl gas, then what will happen? Then ammonium chloride will form, which is solid in nature. So yes, here what we can conclude, solid substance will form. This is our observation, and what we can conclude here, that is ammonium chloride will form. So basically what is happening here, from the gaseous state we are getting the solid product. So this is the example of change in state. So this is all about the characteristics of the reaction or observable features of the reaction. I will show you one video regarding the magnesium oxide. And now we move on to our next topic, that is types of chemical reaction. Yes, now students, it's a time to do our next topic, that is types of chemical reaction. Means how many types of chemical reactions are present. There are 5 types of chemical reactions are present. First one is combination reaction, second one is decomposition reaction, third one is displacement reaction, fourth one is double displacement reaction, and fifth one is oxidation reduction reaction, which can also be called as redox reaction. So one by one we are going to do these reactions in detail. So first we are going to start with our first reaction, that is combination reaction. So now we are going to start with our first reaction, that is combination reaction. So first of all, we should know about the meaning of combination reaction. The reactions in which 2 or more reactants combine together to form a single product. 2 or more than 2 reactants combines together to form only a single product. Always and always single product will form in combination reaction. Reactant can be of as many as they can, but product can only be one. Only one product will form, because combination means all will combines together. Okay? So these things we have to keep in our mind. Reactants can be many, but products will be of one only. Okay? Only one product will form from all the reactants. So these kind of reaction will called as combination reaction. So here I am having 2 examples regarding the combination reaction. First reaction we have just done, and I just had shown to the video also. So you remember it or you understood it, how the reaction took place. When we are burning this magnesium ribbon in presence of air, when we are providing heat to this magnesium ribbon, then magnesium oxide will form. And what is the observation here? A white color powder will form along with the dazzling white flame. Here in this case, you have already seen in the video too, white flame was produced. So this was also an observation. So yes, this is an combination reaction, because here 2 reactants combines together to form a single product. Okay. So now move on to our next reaction, that is reaction of water with calcium oxide. Here I have written 2 names. One is the chemical name, that is calcium oxide, and other one is the common name, which we are calling in journal language. So lime is the common name and calcium oxide is the chemical name of this compound. Okay, likewise calcium hydroxide is the chemical name of this compound and slaked lime is the common name of this compound. So yes, what is the reaction? When we are adding water to this calcium oxide or lime, then it will convert into calcium hydroxide or slaked lime along with the production of heat. So heat is produced in this reaction. So which kind of reaction it is? It is exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction. Okay. So yes, here we again seen that 2 reactants are present but only one product will form. So again it is an example of combination reaction. But this reaction is more important, or this reaction is very important because of one more reason. This calcium oxide is used in the whitewashing. What we are doing, paint on our walls, no? So this calcium oxide is used in this whitewashing. What is happening? Actually, when we are continuously pass this water to this calcium oxide also, then this calcium hydroxide also, sorry, when we are continuously passing the water or adding water to this calcium hydroxide, then this calcium hydroxide capture the CO2 which is present around it. The CO2 is present in the atmosphere. So yes, CO2 get entrapped in this. So it will convert into calcium carbonate and water. Calcium carbonate is generally giving the shiny appearance to our walls. This is used in the whitewashing and this is giving the shiny appearance to our walls. So these compounds are very important and this reaction is very important. This reaction is very important for one more reason which we are going to do in our second chapter. I told you in our previous hydrogen gas topic that we are going to do the test for three gases: hydrogen, carbon dioxide and oxygen gas. Hydrogen test we have already done. Carbon dioxide gas here we have seen, but we will do the test in our second chapter, and oxygen test. So yes, this reaction is again very important. So this is all about for our combination reaction. Next reaction is our decomposition reaction.